Volleyball spiking is often seen as the sport's most dynamic skill, yet so many players struggle with consistency. Coach Rivera, can you break down what makes a technically sound spike, especially for those new to the game?
Absolutely. A solid spike combines timing, footwork, and arm swing. It's like a coordinated dance. Your approach sets the rhythm, your jump provides the height, and your arm snap delivers the power. Missing any step is like leaving a key ingredient out of a recipe. Everything falls flat.
That metaphor really clarifies the process. But I notice a lot of players, especially beginners, confuse speed with effectiveness. Why is that? And what should their focus be instead?
Great observation. Many think hitting harder equals scoring, but studies show that proper technique can generate up to 30% more power with less strain. Focusing on form like wrist snap at contact ensures more controlled, repeatable spikes, reducing the risk of injury.
That leads us to the most common pitfalls. As we transition, what do you see as the biggest technical errors during spiking drills?
One major issue is poor timing during the jump, which results in mistimed or weak contacts. Additionally, improper footwork such as misaligned approaches can throw off the entire sequence, much like missing a step in choreography.
Let's dive deeper into timing and approach mistakes. Why do even advanced players struggle to synchronize their jumps with the set? And what are the consequences of this misalignment?
Timing is nuanced. Even a split-second delay can mean contacting the ball at its descent, drastically reducing power. According to a 2021 study by the AVCA, nearly 60% of failed spikes stem from hesitations or premature jumps, disrupting momentum and leaving players vulnerable to blocks.
That's a surprising statistic. Hypothetically, if a player consistently jumps too early, how would you coach them to recalibrate their approach?
I'd employ video analysis. By reviewing slow-motion footage, athletes can visualize their timing errors. Drills like pause and go, where they learn to watch the setter's hands, teach patience and improve their internal rhythm, much like a musician learning to stay on beat.
Are there specific cues or analogies you share to help athletes internalize this timing?
Definitely. I compare timing the jump to catching a train. You don't leap too early or you'll miss it, too late and it's gone. Visualizing that connection helps players wait for the perfect moment to explode upward.
Transitioning to arm swing mechanics, what are the most prevalent mistakes you observe in players' upper body actions during a spike?
Many athletes neglect their non-hitting arm, failing to use it for balance and alignment. This leads to off-center contact and reduced accuracy. Another frequent error is an incomplete follow-through, which can sap both power and control, much like stopping a golf swing mid-motion.
That's an insightful analogy. In terms of fixing these issues, what actionable drills would you recommend to reinforce proper arm swing and follow-through?
One effective drill is the shadow swing, practicing the motion without a ball in front of a mirror. This builds muscle memory and allows players to self-correct. Additionally, medicine ball throws help strengthen the shoulder and mimic the explosive extension needed for a spike.
Some players seem to prioritize power over placement. How can they strike a balance between hitting hard and targeting open zones effectively?
I encourage athletes to visualize the court like a chessboard. Sometimes a well-placed tip is more effective than a full-force swing. Practicing directional hitting, aiming for seams in the block, can increase their scoring options and keep defenses guessing.
As we wrap up, let's touch on the mental side. How important is mindset in overcoming spiking mistakes? And what role does feedback play in a player's growth?
Mindset is crucial. Athletes must view mistakes as learning opportunities. A 2022 survey found that players who seek out constructive feedback improve their spiking accuracy by 18% over a season. Being open to coaching accelerates skill acquisition and confidence.
That's powerful evidence. In a hypothetical scenario, if a player feels stuck after repeated errors, what steps can they take to break through that plateau?
Reflective journaling after practice helps identify patterns and emotional triggers. Setting micro goals, like focusing on just footwork for a session, keeps progress manageable. Over time, these incremental improvements compound, just like saving small amounts in a bank.
To close, could you share one actionable takeaway for listeners eager to elevate their spiking game this week?
Absolutely. Film yourself spiking from multiple angles, then compare the footage to pro athletes. This honest self-assessment, paired with focused drills, transforms weaknesses into strengths and sets the foundation for long-term improvement.